experience for you. So you're getting out of your comfort zone and attempting something new, which is a great thing in life at your guys' age, to already have that ability to challenge yourself in different ways. That's something that you're gonna have to do for the rest of your life, right? But to get to know me a little bit about my background, guys. You know, you guys are gonna understand after this, I'm a little more on the aggressive side of things. My upbringing was extremely difficult, and I don't go around telling people about how I was raised, but I grew up, I was homeless as a child. I lived in homeless shelters, you know, sleeping inside of cars every single night, sleeping inside of warehouses full of hundreds of people you don't even know. That's what I went through. Sleeping in cars with my mom, my brother, you know, all of our clothes, everything we owned inside those cars, right? I lived in domestic violence shelters because I've seen my mother battered and beaten, right? So I had to live in shelters to hide away from violence and to witness that happen to my mother. My father spent majority of my life in prison, right? Because of the violence he brought to the world and his actions that he brought to the world. So that was how I was raised, in just chaos, destruction, around alcoholism, around drug abuse. That's what I saw. That was my normal. And I know a lot of you guys are going through the same thing, you know, and I never told anybody about it for so long. I just fought through it, you know, and that was how I was raised. I was raised in instability. I didn't have a home. I didn't have anything, right? Struggled for food, for clothing, everything. That was my life, you know. But then there was a moment where I had to make a change, where I had to fight for my life, right? And over the course of my life, I've been able to achieve a lot, right? First and foremost, I've been able to achieve happiness in my life, but I've also, yes, been successful, right? In different ways. You know, I own Fit in 42 Palm Springs. That's one of the #1 gyms in this entire country, right? So, and I also am a head operator of all the locations for Fit in 42. We have 3 out in the desert, and we have some out in Texas as well, right? I'm about to open up another fitness studio called Strong Republic in Palm Springs. I'll also be opening one by October in La Quinta. Right, I own a third company called Red Alliance with my wife. That's an online company where we help people all over the world conquer their dreams and achieve what they want. But also, one of the biggest accomplishments I ever had in my life was becoming a board director for the domestic violence shelter I lived in. So I lived in that shelter for 3 years as a kid, right? And why did I live there? Because my mom was beaten, and I needed a safe place to hide. Right? So we lived there for 3 years, and over the years, I've been able to make contributions to that shelter and become a board of director, leading them now to become successful themselves, right? So things came around, and that's what I do. So that's a little bit about my story and some of my achievements, but it's not about the achievements. It's about how I was able to do it. How do you start from nothing? I was in the bottom. I was buried in a hole. I had no hope. Nobody was there for me to help push me. Nobody thought I could become what I became, right? But there was something inside of me that said, I have to fight like hell for what I want. And what I did, and a lot of people don't know this, I created this lifestyle that I call the success prison. I imprisoned myself into a world of excellence, where every single day, every moment of my life was geared towards excellence, towards achievement, towards success. That's all I thought about. And there was 4 parts to it, because I started to really do it and formulate it when I was around your guys' age. The first part is every day I go to the mental gym. What is the mental gym, right? Guys, I went to 13 different schools. I didn't go to school. I missed majority of my classes. I didn't learn how to read till the 8th grade. I was so far behind because I was homeless, right? That I didn't know how to read. And then I thought I was stupid. I thought I was dumb. But then I was like, no, I just need to push harder. So I created this thing called the mental gym, where I would read every single day, right? I would study books I would take courses. I put myself through school. Not one person gave me a cent to pay off my student loans. I did that myself, right? Being able to push myself. Any opportunity I got to learn, I did it. Any course I could take, I did it, right? For 10 straight years, I read over 60 to 100 books a year because I wanted to win. I wanted to be successful. And I knew that self-education was the key, right? Because there's a certain point when you guys will graduate here. Now what do? Self-education becomes a huge point of successful people's lives. And you guys should start instilling that into you now, right? And that completely transformed my mindset and my abilities. It taught me how to be professional in my skill sets as a profession, how to run businesses, right? Everything I ever learned was through books and through pushing myself in my own self-education. And every day for 10 years, I did self-education. I went to the mental gym and I put that work in. The second thing is working out, the physical gym. How old are you guys? About 15, 16, 17 years old, around there. That's when I discovered the gym. You know, and my discovery of physical fitness was because I was hit by a car when I was 15. I got hit by a car riding my bicycle, right? And then I had to go rehab myself. I come from nothing, guys. So I only got a few weeks of rehab, and they're like, good luck. You better heal yourself. So I went and signed up for a rec center, and I started working out. And all of a sudden, I start doing curls and stuff. I'm like, man, this kind of feels good. But people don't know, I had anger. I was an angry kid. Imagine coming from where I come from. I wasn't happy all the time. I was always on edge. I was ready for war. I was ready to fight any person at any time. Because that's what I was raised to do, right? And then I discovered the gym. And I worked out. And I felt this just release, this tension off my body, right? I had stress. I had anxiety. I had depression as a kid. I was on medications because they tried to control my anger and my anxiety. The gym got me off the medication. And I didn't skip a day. I still don't skip a day. That is my therapy mentally. That's my therapy physically. That keeps my body in order. Even if it's just me doing push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, whatever it takes. Just simply moving my body every single day. And not only did that help with my stress, my anxiety, my depression, it developed confidence, right? Because when I looked in the mirror, I felt good about how I looked, right? I looked better. I was physically stronger. I could jump higher. I was more athletic. Everything came together and just made me feel better about myself. So for me, every single day, the physical gym is just a part of my life, just like the mental gym. And then the third part is the career obsession, hobby obsession. My family comes from addictive personalities, drugs, alcoholism, you name it, they're addicted to it. And I have an addictive personality too, but I said, I'm gonna use this as a gift. This is a gifted trait that I have. And I channeled that towards becoming successful, right? So I decided very young, the only thing I ever loved in life was working out. After I worked out and I would coach my friends, I was like, this is the only thing I'm kind of good at. So I just studied every book. I went to school for it. I put myself into it, and I became obsessed with it. Not just becoming my career. It came a point where I had to be better than everybody, right? There's levels to everything in life, and I wanted to be at the top. So I did whatever it took every single day to develop my career. But any hobby I have, like you guys are musicians, you gotta be obsessive about what you're doing. If you want to perform at your highest level, anything you're interested in, obsess over it until you are the best at it, because that's exactly what it takes. You can't just kind of do things. You have to go all in on anything you love to develop those skill sets to become who you want to become. And that obsessive nature is a gift. A lot of people will tell you, don't obsess over things. Guess what? I disagree. I think you need to dive all in and give your heart, your soul, every ounce of energy to what you do in life. And then you will separate yourself from everybody, and nobody will ever be able to keep up with somebody like that, right? And then the fourth part is positivity only. So I come from a world of just destruction, right? chaos, just violence. Is that a positive world or a negative world? Extremely negative, right? So I said, I'm going to only bring in positive information. So that means every book I read was positivity. Every movie I watched, I didn't watch scary movies. Only funny movies, things that made me laugh, that made me bring joy to me, right? People is the biggest thing. Anyone that would drain my energy, anyone that would doubt me, anyone that tell me I couldn't, I wouldn't even talk to them anymore. That includes my family, right? It was whatever it takes. I had to control that positive world I wanted, that I needed. Because look at where I come from. I had to do extreme things to get the achievements I wanted. It took an extreme shift of my world, right? And those four things, the mental gym, the physical gym, the obsessive nature of what everything you do, and the positive only mindset, that became the success prison I put myself in for 10 years straight. 10 years, that's all I did, right? Because I was so focused and concentrated on escaping the darkness I saw. And then over time, I became a father, I became a husband, and I thought to myself, I never want them to see anything I ever went through. I don't want my daughter to experience anything I ever faced. I don't want my wife to even see the world I come from, right? And it took that type of focus for a long period of time. 10 years is a long time, right? It's a long time to live that way, right? But that prison wasn't a bad thing. It was a positive world of excellence that I needed to achieve exactly what I wanted in life. And I had to do extreme things in order to get the outcome I wanted. And a lot of people are not willing to go that route, right? Of challenging and putting yourself in that type of world to become what you want to become. But that at the end of the day, you guys are limitless beings. You guys have so much potential, so much capabilities. You guys can achieve anything in this lifetime. And I'm just an example, right? I'm not here to brag about accomplishment. I'm here to show you guys what you become. It doesn't matter where you start. If you do the daily actions, you put the work in, and you keep your mind in the zone, you can get the outcome you want. Because you're all dreamers, you all have goals, you all have things you want to accomplish in this lifetime. And you can do it. And you guys have to understand, you have to work for it, you have to push yourself, and you have to demand everything at all times from you, right? Because a lot of people, they think the world is going to come give them everything. You have to shift it, and you have to bring the world to yourself, okay? And that is the key, guys. It's the work you guys put into it, okay? So if you guys take anything away with it from this, it's the process. It's the daily steps. It's the efforts you put in day by day will equate to the outcome and to the goals you want. So analyze your life and see what you guys are doing. And if you guys give your all every single day, you guys got to master the mental gene. You got to master the physical gene. You got to master your obsessive nature and develop that positive world. And you guys can do anything you guys want in this lifetime. All right. So I thank you guys for having me today. I hope you guys resonate with my story a little bit, because the objective for me today is to connect with just one of you. I was here today for somebody. Somebody is going through what I went through, and this story hit your heart. And I want you to know, if it did hit your heart, you can accomplish anything, right? Don't ever let anything hold you back. You have to understand you guys have so much potential. You guys are limitless beings that can achieve anything. It doesn't matter where you guys are in your life right now. Just put the groundwork in, give your all every single day, and demand excellence from yourself. And you guys can achieve far beyond anything in this lifetime, all right? So I thank you guys just for having me out today, for listening to me. I know you guys have had a long week of hard work, of focus, of dedication to your guys' craft, and I admire what you guys are doing. And just keep up the hard work, all right? Keep on pushing yourself, and you guys should be proud of what you guys are doing right now. So I thank you guys. I thank Coach for having me out. This has been a wonderful experience to be able to talk to you guys, and I hope I connected to at least one of you.
okay?